want to do is let's walk through in our notebook to determine exactly what's going to be on the practical in our little chart here. What you want to do is flip over to your objective, starting around objective number 10. Well, so you're going to read these off. So starting on objective number 10, you want to make sure that you're going to be able to identify these structures on a model, on your atom, out of a book. Okay, what's the first one?
Pituitary dwarfism.
Okay, so, so we're going to do the disease first. So you have to see a picture, you'll see a picture of pituitary dwarfism. You'll have to say it's pituitary dwarfism. Should you spell correctly?
Yes.
Oh, yes. How about the next one?
Giantism.
Giantism or gigantism. I've seen it both ways. Next? Acromegaly. Okay. So all of those you're going to have to see pictures. Next. Go down to 11.
Congenital hypothyroidism.
Okay. Because are you going to be able to see diabetes insipidus by a picture? No, that's not going to be on the practical. It'll be on the written. So congenital hypothyroidism. There are two kinds of hypothyroidism. One is congenital. What's another name for congenital hypothyroidism? It starts with a C. Cretinism. So cretinism, when the thyroid hormone isn't there, all the mechanisms for growth and repair and making connections aren't going to be there. So cretin is going to be very short stature, mental retardation, because all of those nerves in the brain didn't make the proper connections. Hypothyroidism in an adult is going to be mixed
edema.
Mixed edema. You're going to see an older person with hair that's broken, face that's swollen, skin problems, very tired, larger. What's the next one?
Graves' disease.
Graves' disease, eyes big, maybe thin. Next.
Goiter.
Goiter, big thing. And remember, our thought is that goiter is associated with hyper and hypothyroidism, not just hypo. Okay.
Congenital adrenal hyperplasia.
So next to congenital adrenal hyperplasia, that is with the same continuum as adrenal genital syndrome. Hyperplasia means overgrowth of the adrenal glands. They're going to produce more. What hormone causes adrenal genital syndrome? Androgens. Did everybody know that and you're only just letting one person answer it, or did nobody know that and only one person? So So androgens made from what part of the adrenal cortex? Well, adrenal, the inner, the outer zone, inner zone. Is it the middle zone?
The middle zone.
And I think if we say all of them, inner zone. Okay, thank you. And it's male hormones, right? So it's going to cause the females to get the structures that look like male and cause the males to be much more developed at a very young age.
Cushing syndrome.
You can go write Cushing syndrome or Cushing's disease. That's going to be too much what?
Cortisol.
Cortisol. Too much cortisol. And what is the face going to look like?
Moon face.
Moon face. What's that one? Diabetes mellitus, you're not going to see a picture of.
Hypothalamus.
Okay, so these are all the structures on the models now. So if you remember, here's the bird eye. Remember, that's the bird eye, and there's the bird beak. Remember, here's the beak. So the beak is called the hypothalamus. And then what's this little thing that hangs down? Pituitary. What's that little thing? Not on the practical, but what's that little thing? Infundibulum. Okay. What's the next one?
Pituitary gland, thyroid gland.
Okay, so thyroid gland. Everybody adjust their neck. This is the hyoid bone, right? The thyroid cartilage. Okay, luckily I'm not doing 204 anymore. All right, so and this is going to be one half of your thyroid gland. Too much thyroid hormone causes what? Sloan.
Goiter.
Well,
Too much of
thyroid.
Graves' disease.
Graves' disease. And Nita, too little thyroid hormone as a kid. Too little thyroid hormone. We just went over it. Starts with a C. Or cretinism. It's much worse to have a low thyroid level while things are developing. After things have developed, you know, it's just going to cause some symptoms. Parathyroid glands on the back. There's two of these. They look much better on your atom picture. Make sure you've gone through and put together your atom picture. What's the next?
Adrenal gland.
Adrenal glands. Those are going to be, let's look at this guy. I'm going to bring him over. Okay, so where's the little hat? Does everybody see your little yellow hat?
Mm-hmm.
Or your little yellow pyramid that sits, I like a hat that sits on top of the head of the kidney. What's that thing called?
The adrenal gland.
And there's two main parts to it.
Adrenal cortex and
Adrenal medulla. What's made in the adrenal medulla? Epinephrine. Excellent. Okay. And then what's the next one?
pancreas.
The pancreas. Okay, the pancreas is going to be a little more difficult to see. It's a flat, kind of hot dog shaped structure. If the hot dog was run over by by a car, and it's a flat structure that sits underneath the stomach. What's special about that pancreas? It's both.
an exocrine and endocrine.
So that's the pancreas. What two hormones?
Insulin and glycogen.
Glucagon.
That's going to be tough stuff. Okay, glucagon raised and lower. They also produce a lot of enzymes. Okay. Two other things that I want to show you. Here are two books. These are also on loan in the library. One's called Bassett Atlas. One's called McMinn's. If you look in your homework section, it tells you exactly what pages these are on. It's so simple, I decided to mark them for you. But basically, they're dissections of actual cadavers, and I'll probably throw one of these pictures on, but it's pretty easy. So don't say it, but I'm pointing to two structures that are located right here. It's marked by a little tab. See those two structures? Here's the heart, here are the lungs. It's a little bit further up. What are those two structures, those two lobes? What do you think they are? That's the thyroid. Pretty easy stuff. And here's another view of them. Oops, I won't tell you what it is. There's two structures. Here's the chin. Shh, pretend you didn't hear that. Here's two structures right here. What do you think those are, everybody?
Thyroid.
Thyroid. Pretty easy. And the other one? Two views of the same thing. What do you think these are?
Kidneys.
Kidneys. And so these are little hats that sit on the kidney. So what do you think those are? This is a little bit hard to see. You can see the kidney right here, and then the little hat. Good? Are you ready for some competition?
Yes.
Yeah. Sir?
What is the parathyroid gland in the liver?
Parathyroid gland is probably going to be on your atom picture, but it's on the back of the thyroid gland, and there's 4 of them. I'm very glad you asked because you have, can I see that purple thing right in front of you? There you go. So starting from the top, I always like to learn things in order, so I like the alphabet in order, I like my glands in order. So here's the top part of the brain. Here's a bilobe thing that sort of hangs down from the brain. What is that going to call?
Pituitary gland.
Pituitary gland. This is the little bow tie part. What's that going to be called?
Thyroid.
There are 4 little structures on the back of the thyroid gland. What
Parathyroid.
kind of hormone comes out of there?
Parathyroid.
And what is it going to do to calcium?
It's linked to balance it.
Balance it?
Throughout the
That's
whole
good.
body.
But balance it which way? Is it going to bring it
Increase
blood
it.
calcium
Blood
up or
into-
down?
It's gonna go.
Up. This causes osteoporosis. What's this little pyramid?
Adrenal. Adrenal.
And then, let's see, that's not really helpful. This is the thing on males,
Testes.
and this is the thing on females.
Ovary.
Okay. There is the pancreas right here. So make sure you check out your pictures, make your Word documents. Very easy stuff.